ricetti balsamici, però devo fare in inglese per il video.
Ok.
Spiego tutto, te stai lì, fai buono buono in inglese.
Sì.
E poi dopo fai le domande,
Sorridi.
non c'è da fare un montaggio troppo complicato.
Ok.
Perfetto.
Perfetto.
Francesco?
Francesco,
Bene.
devo dire qualche cosa io o no? Niente.
Solo Tony oggi perché stiamo facendo qualcosa con
faccio tipo l'esperto della situazione.
Esatto.
Però alla fine della degustazione quando dovresti parlare ti faccio le domande o ti parlo in modo che sai che è il momento di dire qualcosa.
Sì, oggi mi dispiace che anche tu sei esperto, però fai più un modello oggi.
Non ti preoccupare, va benissimo.
Beh, allora facciamo. Mettiti, sì, proprio qua.
Ok.
Ritorni. Ok, no. Is there a shutter out there?
See? You want me to put this one in?
The one, yeah, one of them. Try.
Any better?
If you like that, Mike,
Are you a journalist?
edit it.
Prova anche
A little
l'altra.
bit.
Shut the other one too. Try it.
Both of them?
That looks a lot better with that shut.
Okay. You want this here? What do you think?
There's almost still just too much of a glow. I want to do this.
Too glowy?
Turn it a little bit.
Yeah. Okay, we go to the side and look at the side later.
Okay.
But less glowy now?
Yep.
Okay.
Come back over here.
Okay.
Tony
aspetta,
on that
where's he
side.
going? Io sono qua. Volendo, io posso essere qua, Sally. The only thing is, like, what about this weird door behind me? Is it okay over there?
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think?
I can help from over here.
Yeah, I mean, you can even
No, che
cut
questa
right
è
all of
fa
it
parte
out.
della
Yeah.
confezione del
No, I'm saying in the editing stage. All we gotta do is,
This is nice right here, I think.
that's fine, yeah.
Facciamo
Yeah.
una cosa, dopo ti spieghiamo perché che non abbiamo tanto tempo.
No, infatti.
No, non è per quello, che non
Sei arrivato al
devo
momento
scappare.
giusto o sbagliato?
Sì, dai, che devo scappare tra 45 minuti.
Beh,
No, così dopo facciamo tutto e poi ti spiega bene. Perché lei sa meglio di me.
Sì.
Molto meglio di me.
It's almost better if you do come more over here.
Over here?
Yep.
Okay, now is he looking like should he sit down?
Where's the glass?
In the thing. Right here.
Okay. I mean, that should be enough
No,
anyways.
stand. That's good. You're good.
Okay. Yeah, the
Roll
glass.
that So weird.
Okay, so I'm going from right to left, so it really needs to be like this. Alright. Ecco. Allora, l'altra cosa che te sai come quando versi, essendo sommelier, quando versi il vino, se sposto il bicchiere, stessa cosa con il cucchiaino, per favore, e poi non tanto alto perché sono bassa, e neanche tanto basso. Lì è perfetto.
Ok.
Deve essere l'altezza giusta quando lo verso.
I think
Sì,
we're
sì,
at
no,
maximum.
te lo dico,
Okay.
allora, io uno per volta,
I could
non
probably-
inglese,
Probably get another couple
okay.
pictures out of it.
Uno per volta ti faccio. Okay, so I will,
might have done
one
it.
at a time, I will explain them to you, and then you will
It's
taste.
better.
And then
Okay.
when
ready.
it's time to taste.
And this glow can all
and
be
then
fixed.
Okay.
later on.
Mhm.
Okay.
Great.
All right. So is it recording now?
We are recording.
All right.
Hold
so
on. Yes, we are.
What's going on with my hair? Is it all right? I didn't even try it. Okay.
Totally natural.
Saba.
Do you want me to introduce her off camera?
I'll just do it now.
Like on or
See?
just my
Okay.
voice?
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Okay,
So I don't have to cross
Fancy
through.
so
Just do it with glass here, so I'm not in
There
front
we
of that
go.
one.
Perfect.
All right. Okay. La luce.
We're good.
You got
That's good.
Okay.
Okay, so this is Sally again, and now we're here with my personal good friend Tony. She is the creator of Taste Florence. It is the most authentic and exciting food tour in Florence. She can give you a real taste of the local specialties and local life and local flavors. So today she's here with Francesco, and she's going to talk a little bit about aceto balsamico.
Hi. I'm going to give you a little lesson on balsamic. Yeah.
It's fine. You can edit everything.
Okay, so where am I supposed to be looking?
I wanted to intro you just in the glass.
Okay.
So just start now.
To be over here, think
Okay.
of this as like an auxiliary camera.
Okay.
So this is who you're talking to.
Okay, so do I look
So
right
that's-
at the lens?
Mhm.
Okay.
So that's all editable. You're good.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay.
Um,
So this is Tony.
yeah.
And Tony, tell us what you're going to do today.
Today we're going to talk about balsamic vinegars. And not only will we learn about balsamic vinegar of Modena, but another area that is not as well known called Reggio Emilia. It's equally important. The beginning of making balsamic vinegar starts with grape juice. So they press the grapes, and then they boil the grape juice, which is called mosto. So it becomes mosto cotto, cooked grape juice. And then it is acidified in barrels and becomes vinegar to become the traditional balsamic of Modena or the traditional balsamic of Reggio Emilia. On the other hand, there are balsamic vinegars you might get at the grocery store. There are different levels of quality. This is still a high quality balsamic vinegar. You'll see on the label, it's real tiny here, but this is the IGP certification, letting you know it comes from Modena. So the grapes were grown. So we're going to start from kind of the beginning of the balsamic, which is the cooked grape juice, the mosto cotto, which is known as saba. When it's not going to be turned into balsamic vinegar, it's not cooked once, but twice, and that helps to stop the fermentation, and it keeps it from becoming vinegar. So this is not acidic, it's very sweet, and I'm going to have Francesco try these with me.
Okay.
Francesco, have you ever tried saba before?
Yes.
You have? Okay. So I'm going to give it to you, and then if you would like to say a few things, maybe the flavor you taste.
What a great opportunity to have Francesco, who's local and knows a lot about these things as well, to be able to taste with us today. Grazie, Francesco.
Welcome.
So I smell cooked grapes, almost like prunes.
It's sweet.
Very sweet, almost
Yes.
like molasses or dark
Like,
honey.
Caramel.
Yeah, very similar to caramel. So you wouldn't even think of this as a vinegar, and it isn't a vinegar. It has no acidity. But this is the base of what would become balsamic vinegar if it was only cooked once. It would go on to become balsamic vinegar in barrels. In this case, they cooked it twice, and this would be used by the population of Modena and Reggio Emilia, the families that make the balsamic vinegars. This goes back over 1,000 years as a tradition, and not all families had the real estate and the large attic space to age their balsamics in barrels over 12 to 25 or 40 years. So the less fortunate families didn't have that option, and they would just make the saba. And this was a condiment. This was something that they would use on their bread or on their boiled meats and things like that.
Using it still, I mean, so it's a little bit sweeter than what we think of as the normal aceto balsamico. So how would you personally use saba?
Yeah, I find it a little sweet for my personal taste, but I do like it on desserts, on gelato, on yogurt, on maybe some roasted or grilled pork, some cheeses. What would you put this on? Strawberries, yeah.
Cheese.
Parmigiano
Reggiano.
Or nice.
Meat.
Yeah.
The steak Fiorentino. It's very, very good.
Nice grilled steak. Yeah, actually, this might even be better on a steak because the sweetness would counterbalance the grilling, that kind of bitter thing you get from grilling.
Nice. Good.
The next one we're going to try is not old enough to be considered a traditional of Modena because it hasn't been aged 12 years, nor has it been aged in several types of wood. However, it has been aged long enough to become nice and thick and sweet. However, it has acidity because it's also in that process of becoming a vinegar. But this is only grape must. There's no wine balsamic vinegar at the grocery store. There is wine vinaigrette, and that's where the acidity comes from. So it's kind of like cheating. In this case, this is a certified IGP. So even though it's not old enough to be traditional, it's still really high quality. And actually, a lot of people prefer this one when I do these tastings. So
now, so this one would be a typical, you mix it in for like a salad, and this would be a good base for that kind of thing?
This is still, it's not as sweet as these, but it's getting sweet enough that it would be great on the strawberries that Francesco mentioned, great on steak. It's almost getting too sweet for your, your kind of pale lettuce, but it would be great on things like radicchio, arugula, or rocket, your more bitter lettuce.
Okay.
This goes great on those.
Grana.
Yeah, Grana Padano, and also Parmigiano Reggiano, those sharp cheeses. It's, I mean, honestly, I put balsamic on a lot of balsamic. I don't know about you. And another thing that's really important to know is that balsamic vinegar has only been on the commercial market since the 1970s. Did you know that, Francesco?
Yes.
Yeah, because this is, where are you from? Are you Florentine?
Good.
Okay. In Florence, they've only been consuming these for the last couple of decades. So if you talk to the older generation, a lot of them are not interested in balsamic vinegar because they're used to, oops, that's a lot, but that's okay because this is made for digestion and it's also made for respiratory health. So you're going to be very healthy after this tasting. So yeah, a lot of the older generation kind of turn their nose up at balsamic vinegars because they're so unusual to them. They taste weird to them. Older generation of Florentines and Tuscans, because this is not from Tuscany, this is from Emilia-Romagna. So already a lot less of that molasses and
It's more acid.
yeah, more acidity because this is being kept it from becoming a vinegar. You can taste the cherry wood that was used. Really good. They tend to use about 5 to 7 different types of wood. Yeah, it is a lot more acidic, especially after this. To make the balsamic vinegars, there are a battery or set of barrels that are used, and you start with a very large barrel, and every year it gets smaller and smaller, which is known as the Madeira method. That's what's used for making port wine, which you know because you're a sommelier. And those
It's wine.
yes. And those barrels are made of different types of wood. So the different types of wood give different characteristics. So for example, here I could really taste the cherry wood, which gives that nice smooth sweetness. And also the dark color was probably coming from walnut or chestnut, and then a little bit of juniper too, but actually not that heavy on the juniper. There's also mulberry wood used, oak, different types of wood are used. And part of the laws to make it traditional, which we're now going to try, are the fact that you have to use the different types of wood, and the balsamic needs to be well balanced. So after the minimum 12 years of aging, it's going to be tested by the consortium of balsamic testers. It's called the Consorzio, and it takes about 9 years to become certified. So even harder than becoming a sommelier. So after 9 years of certification, the consortium can either pass this and say, yes, it is a traditional, it has all the criteria, it's nice and thick, the color's nice, the viscosity's nice, the flavors are balanced, the acidity, I can tell that they didn't use any grapes from outside of the Modena area. All those laws are passed and approved, and then at that point, it gets certified, and there'll be a little code number on the bottle, and there will be another European Union seal letting you know this is DOP, the denominations and origins are protected, and it has to be, for Modena, to be a traditional balsamic vinegar. Once it's gone through all of that testing and it's been approved, it has to be bottled in this bottle that's 100 milliliters, and it was designed to look like the little terracotta pots that they used to keep balsamic vinegar in. You've tried this before?
Yes.
This is a 12-year-old DOP, traditional balsamic of Modena. You get a nice plate spoon. Yes, this is Modena. This bottle is from Modena, which is the town that we often see on bottles, but the only traditional balsamic of Modena, the only bottle it can be sold in is this one. by law in the European Union.
That actual shape and
Yes.
size.
Yeah, it has to be this shape and size, and it has to be labeled properly with the different seals of the consortium, the European Union. On the back, it even says DOP. That again means denominations and origins are protected. This is the size and shape for Modena. After this, we're going to try the one from next door, the less known neighbor, but equally as important, called Reggio Emilia. So Modena, 12 years old. It's been approved by the consortium. And this is obviously a little too fancy to be putting on your everyday salads.
It's very dense.
It's very dense, right? The viscosity, that was another one of the criteria. This is great on your grilled meats because that hot, the hot blood and oil coming out of the steak.
Dark red.
Yes, yeah. The hot oil and blood that are coming out of the grilled meats carry all the different flavors from the wood.
Similar dishes.
Mm. You were saying it's similar to the last one we had?
Yes.
Oh, more similar to this one. I'm getting a lot more like a metallic, almost like juniper.
Blood.
Yeah, almost like blood, exactly.
Iron.
Yeah, iron.
Metallic.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Which is typical in the Modena. So let's talk about Reggio Emilia for a second, because no one really talks about Reggio Emilia outside of Italy, or not as often as Modena. Reggio Emilia is just across the river from Modena, and the tradition also goes back as far as 1,000 years in this area, if not further than 1,000 years. This has a silver label, so this is about 25 years of aging as opposed to 12. In Modena, they also have another bottle that we'll say extra vecchio, extra old, which is 25 years. In Reggio Emilia, they have 12 years, which would have an orange label that they call the lobster, the aragosta. They have the silver label, which is about 25 years, 18 to 25, and then they have a gold label that is going toward 40 years of aging. So we're going to try the middle-aged, going through a middle-age crisis, the middle-aged balsamic of Reggio Emilia. And if you looked at the label, which is kind of a marketing disaster, but if you looked at that really closely, it's hand-signed and coded. So, I mean, it's showing you, like you were asking before, is this a limited edition? The quantity is limited by the consortiums. So prepare your spoon, Francesco.
The last.
And this is, yeah, I still have the metallic on it from the last one. I'm interested to see your opinion on this one, your impression. I don't know how thick that is.
For good measure.
Yeah.
Yes.
And good digestion.
Mm-hmm.
And respiratory health.
Here's to your respiratory health.
Sweet.
Mm-hmm. Sweeter. It almost tastes
And
like
not
cedar.
sugar.
Mm-hmm. It's a nice balance of the acidity
Yes.
and the sweetness, the sugar.
Yache?
Two. Yes.
Quali
I
production.
prefer the first
You prefer the samba
Yes.
over the balsamics?
Wow.
because of the sugar,
Yeah, you like
the nice sugar,
You like the sweet.
which caramello.
Mm-hmm. So do you tend to prefer, when you drink wine, what is your...
My favorite wine is Passito di Pantelleria.
I knew it! You like sweet wine, so you like residual
My
sugar.
grandma
Mhm.
has an auto in Pantelleria.
Oh, great.
When I was a child, I went to Pantelleria for the holiday.
Oh, great.
Yes.
Well, we might have to go down there then and do another
Nice.
video.
Yeah. Possiamo andare? Let's go.
That sounds great.
Awesome. Okay, that was fantastic. There were like two or three
little
really
moments.
great,
Oh, good, okay.
yeah, really cute, really great ones. That was perfect.
Okay.
I'm sorry, my English.
No,
No, it's
fantastic.
fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, we just like improv.
Yeah,
the whole thing.
but
good
nice.
job.
Yeah, you want to try it?
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah, you can.
How much this cost?
This bottle, I bought this in Modena, in Spilamberto, which is a little town outside of Modena. But the samba, if you prefer this, you can buy samba. Oh, this is a really good one. It's yours?
Yes.